Alright guys, so this is how to get Fortnite on iPadOS outside of the EU in less than 5 minutes. I couldn't make it in less than 60 seconds. I was really hoping I'd do that, but I can't. First, this is what we'll do. You have to sign out of your main account. Don't keep any of your keychain, calendars, nothing. Don't keep any of your data on your device because this will ruin a lot of things. It will prevent you from getting the Epic Game Store on your iPad. So, first of all, we must have our thing signed out, our Apple ID, Apple account signed out, and we'll create a new one, like so. We will not create an email or a new Gmail. This is a important note here. This is just specifically for downloading the Epic Game Store, and whenever Epic releases an update for the Epic Game Store and manual update, or whenever they have a Fortnite update or a Rocket League or Fall Guys update, we will be updating through there. We will first click on don't have an Apple account, create your name and date of birth. Now, we cannot put an email address because we don't have one. We can't make one through Gmail. If you already know, there's a limit to how many Gmails you can make, and I don't want you guys to have the burden of being forced to having to face through Google's weird processing of trying to create new accounts. So we will click on do not have an email. Type whatever you want, just make it memorable. All right, so this is the step where I say, don't worry, you will get a EU phone number, but it'll take a little bit. You're gonna have to be very patient for this. I will provide a link down in the description. It will offer you a bunch of abysmal amount of numbers you can use from. And I suggest find a country that is from the EU and is accessible to use. So we will use that number. For me, I'll use France. And I'll use the link right now to find a phone number, a public phone number. And we will get a notification on that number so that there we can start creating our Apple account. All right, so here's the site. We're just going to scroll down. Don't rent a phone number. That's going to cost you money. We're going to go to the free section. Now, choose whatever country you want. Germany, France. Definitely don't choose India because that's not in the EU. Netherlands, I think that's in the EU. Not sure. Sweden. But more importantly, we're going to have to pick something that's in the EU specifically. So we're going to pick France because that's what we've chosen for today. Where's France? Here is France. This is our France phone number. We're gonna pick this one. And see here, no Apple SMS messages. So we're gonna use this as our Apple verification number. All right, so here's the phone number. All right, so sorry to skip the video at this point, but this is a different phone number. I picked a phone number that apparently was used by a different user, but here we are. Here's a different France phone number. Really sorry about that. And we're going to, this is France phone number, as you can see. I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna see here, there is a code sent to us here. We're gonna copy paste that code. All right, so it's verifying now. Now we're going to agree to all the terms. Now, of course, we're signing in here. So after we're signed in, we're gonna make sure that we're completely signed into the App Store, and that the region on the App Store is France, since my desired country is France because it's in the EU. And we're gonna try to make sure settings region is also France, as we can see here. We're gonna check your language and region. It's also France. Doesn't matter what your calendar or everything else is. It's just you have to have France as your region. And we're gonna check the App Store. Here's our region. This is France, so it's good. Now we're going to get a VPN. So I'll link a VPN on the description to install. It's called VPN Wave. Once you have it installed, I suggest opening it up right away and make sure that there is the country that you have chosen. For me, it's France. France is already on VPN Wave, so I don't need to check. But if it's not, then find a VPN that has the country that you're looking for. For now, we're going to do something else, and please do this correctly. Otherwise, the game will not install correctly. We're gonna head to our settings, click on General. Now we're going to scroll all the way down. We're not gonna reset our iPad. We're going to not reset the whole thing. We're going to click on Reset. We're gonna reset our settings first. That's the first thing. We're gonna reset all settings. All right, we're gonna click on Reset. Reset. It's going to boot, and when it boots, everything in your settings will be restored to factory settings, but no data will be lost. So this is just to let you know nothing will be lost. Just make sure you're signed in with an Apple ID that's correlated to the EU We made our Apple ID. You can make your own too. It's that easy. Uh, I had a few hiccups here and there, but with a bit of effort, you can do it. And once it boots, you can do the next step, which is to reset our location settings. But we will not do that yet. We will do it in a second, but not right away. All right, once we're fully signed out, we're gonna go back to our settings. We're going to go back to general, and we're gonna do this. We're going to reset our location and privacy settings. Once it's reset, it will not reboot your device. You see here, it's not rebooting. It's perfectly fine if it doesn't do that, because that's what it's meant to do. Now, I have Fortnite fully installed on my device, but I'll show you proof that it will work by deleting everything. I don't like this, but this is the risky part that I don't like, but we will do this for this video. I'm gonna delete the app marketplace. Alright, so Fortnite's fully uninstalled here. Fortnite's not here. It's fully gone. Here, Sideswipe is still there, but I think it's on the App Store. Fortnite, completely wiped, completely off my screen. Here's what we'll do now. We're gonna connect to the VPN. For me, I'm gonna pick France because that's where I'm at. Well, that's where we want to be. Alright, now we'll connect to France. Now, once we're connected to our country, we will search for the Epic Games Store. Alright, now we're gonna open up a tab. I'm gonna make this landscape first. I'm gonna search for the Epic Games Store. Epic Games iOS. Now keep in mind, we have everything set up the way it is. I've done everything per the textbook. So it's not really a textbook, but it's information that you need to know. So we're gonna click on the French one because that seems more likely to work, but you can choose whatever you want. Now we're on the official Epic Games website. I'm gonna click on install on iPhone or iPad. I'm gonna click on install, wait for it to load up. Now if it doesn't work, it's all right. Just keep refreshing the site. But I don't need to, so here's the marketplace. It'll ask me to install marketplace. If you did everything, it should give you the screen. Works every time. You don't need a computer, hopefully, and you don't need anything external to connect to. No need for a Wi-Fi router with a VPN, none of that crap. Just do everything as I showed you, and with God's power, it will work. So just click on install. Everything's gonna install as long as you have the Epic Games Store. It'll show up here on the homepage. Give it a second. See? But when you do this for the first time, it'll ask you to accept a agreement to have all your app installations on or from Epic Games. You'll accept that, and then you'll go back to Safari and you'll have to click on install again. But so far, everything's done, everything's correct. Here's Fortnite, here's Epic Games. I'll just prove to you that everything works, everything is working as it should, nothing will crash, and that's it. Fortnite's here. This is it. You don't need to be in the EU, and I'll tell you what to do if Fortnite ever gets an update. Now for this step, you can just turn off your VPN. It's just downloading off of the Epic servers, and you just needed the initial install pop-up to come up, so you don't need the VPN anymore. Not right now, at least. So here's the app. It'll download quicker when your VPN is turned off. Once it's fully installed, we're gonna open it. It'll tell you to accept the agreement. Accept the agreement. Once everything's accepted, you can install all these games. Now, I'm just going to show you what happens when you don't have the VPN whilst on the Epic Games Store. This is what happens. It works. For some of you, it won't. If it doesn't, turn on the VPN again and reinstall the game from fresh. Just restart the app and then install the game again. For now, we'll just click on install app, and there you go, it works. Once it starts downloading, it's starting to download. We're just gonna turn off the VPN, or it's already turned off. All right, so here's Fortnite, it's downloading. Everything's great, everything's good. Hope you enjoyed this. Once you launch the game, I'll just show you real quick. You won't need my advice or instructions after you download the game, but you will need something for future updates. Alright, so once we launch Fortnite, I will note that Fortnite will keep getting updates, and of course, it's a live service game. You will need updates to keep the game running. So, for future reference, if you ever need to update the game, you will need to be logged into the EU Apple ID, and be sure to keep note of this fact. You have to reset your settings and you have to reset your location settings every single time Fortnite receives an update. Why? I have no idea. Do you need it necessarily? Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. My general advice is just do it. Just do it. Just get it over with. Have it done. It's a one-time setup, and you'll have the game for like 2-3 weeks until the next update. So like, it's not the best method, but it is certainly not as janky as this dog So just be sure, have those 3 steps ready. Have your Apple account, your EU Apple account ready, have your settings reset, and have your privacy settings reset. Once you do all 3, connect to the VPN, and there you are. You can just go to the Epic Game Store and click on update, and everything will work fine. So, thank you so much for watching. I don't really intend on returning to YouTube very soon. I am 18, so that means I'm growing up a little. I'm not sure. I feel like a 14-year-old, but I am going to uni, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't really want any of you to struggle with not having the game on your devices. I know the feeling. I am a little bit sick, by the way, just in case you guys are a little worried why my voice is a little turned up. But thank you for watching. Fortnite is about to download, so I'll just download it and I'll enjoy it like most of you will. And good luck. Good luck, guys. I love every single one of you. Mobile community, Mac community, iPad community. You all are the best. I will give my full support whenever needed. And be tuned whenever I come back, because once I'm back, I won't be recording for the sake of recording. I'll be recording for fun. It won't be for much of the views, you know. I'm just doing this because I know the feeling. So have a nice week. Have a nice, well, next 4 years whenever the game comes back fully worldwide. So see ya.